I'm going to do another water jug penetration test with the 8mm Mauser. This time I'm going to try a hand load, which is the Speer 150 grain soft point. In my last video I did an accuracy and velocity test with this load. So now I want to see what kind of damage and penetration we get out of one of these on the water jugs. Like I already said, it's a Speer 150 grain soft point, and it's on exactly 54 grains of reloader 15. So it should come in anywhere around 2,700 to 2,900 feet per second. It's just about maximum load for a 150 grain 8mm. I've already done some tests with 8mm factory loaded rounds. Now I want to see what some of my hand loaded bullets can do. Anyways, I got 5 jugs lined up, and I'm going to be using my 1917 Car 98A, and I'll be shooting from about 10 yards away. Okay, let's see what one of these Speer 150 grain soft points will do. Okay, and here's what the Speer 150 grain soft point did. The board's broken in half. I don't think that's just because this one was more powerful than the other rounds. I'm pretty sure the S&B 196 grain SPCE had more muzzle energy than this one, at least by a couple hundred foot-pounds. But this is the same board I've used in the last 3 water jug tests, so it's probably just absorbed enough energy at this point to where it couldn't handle it anymore. But look at its first jug here, completely exploded in half. There's the top half of it right there. I've only seen this one other time from a rifle round, and that was with the S&B 196 grain SPCE. So it definitely had some rapid explosive expansion. There's our entry hole on jug number 1, right where I wanted it to be. Just about dead center. And the bottom half's just sitting here, as you can tell. And here's the other half of jug number 1 over here, about 6 or 7 feet to the side. This was the entrance side here. You can see the other top of the entry hole right there, next to the blue writing. So that was our entry side, and that was our exit side. You can see the exit hole right there. Definitely was already broken up quite a bit, because you can see multiple little exit holes, even little tiny ones from lead fragments probably. So there's jug number 1 entry, and that was the exit on jug number 1. Like I said, multiple exit holes there. It looks like jug number 2 is right here, and there's a piece of jug right here. I don't know if that's from 1 or 2, but look at jug number 2. That was the entry on jug number 2 right there. So there's jug number 2's entry. Quite a big entry hole. The whole thing's broken apart pretty good, even split on the bottom right there. And that's the exit hole. That's weird, look at it. So the exit hole was pretty small at this point. Most of its fragments had probably already exerted most of their energy, because the rest of the jugs aren't damaged nearly as bad. There's 1 and 2, and jug number 3 is right here. Yeah, and you can tell it's not damaged nearly as bad. So it wasn't depositing much energy at this point, but it still penetrated through. Look, there's the entry hole. But it still had enough energy to crack it open right here and by the handle there. And it went through jug number 3 right there. Tiny little exit hole at this point. So there's the little exit hole on jug number 3. And a split on the bottom there. And you can hear some type of fragment bouncing around inside. Now let's take a look inside. So that's what was inside jug number 3. Just these 3 little tiny scraps of lead there. Maybe this little one too. But surprisingly, the bullet didn't stop there. Look, it went into jug number 4. Right here, still a tiny little entry, and it even went through. That's actually pretty surprising. I didn't expect that. So it came out jug number 4 right there. There's nothing inside it, I don't hear anything. And here's jug number 5, the last jug I lined up, and it has an entry hole, ever smaller. Little entry right there. So there's jug number 5's little entry. And there's no exit. Completely stopped in jug number 5. And you can hear stuff in there. But let's take a look inside and see what's in there. Okay, so let's dump the water out of jug number 5 to get a better look at what's in there. And that's what was inside. It's just the very base of the lead core. That's pretty cool looking. That's the base of it where it sits inside the copper jacket. And look at how mushroomed out it is. And the rest of it's just gone, broken into pieces like we saw earlier. There's some pieces of it recovered from the ground and the jugs. And there's the fragment recovered from inside jug number 5. So that's why it has a weird little entry hole. It probably went in sideways like this. But it had barely any energy at that point. It just went into jug number 5. There's not even any type of bulge on the back, so it didn't even try to come through. It just stopped right in that water. Pretty cool. Oh, one more thing I just noticed. Look over here about 6 or 7 feet to the right side. There's the copper jacket. Huh, that's pretty cool, look. So there's the inside of it, and that's the base of it. That's weird, it's just laying over here to the side. So here's the lead core that was found in jug number 5. The base of it, clearly. And here's the copper jacket found 6 or 7 feet to the right side of the jugs. Nice and clean looking on the inside. And like I said, there's a bunch of little tiny lead fragments all in the ground down here that I saw. Probably over on the other side too. Like I've already said multiple times, you can tell that's the base of it from that little circle on the bottom there. If it wasn't expanded so much, it'd probably just fit right back in there. So we definitely had separation of the core from the jacket. But that's pretty cool that I found them still. But anyways, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.